Hey guys, it's Ross Scott on the Space Coach set. I'm going to be reviewing this Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. The cover is obviously referencing the end credits of the TV show, you know, which was do 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 do, that bit, which is a nice little touch. So I read this when I was a child. It was one of the ones that was in one of my dad's Reader's Digest volumes. And I haven't read it since. Obviously, I've seen the TV show over the course of my life, all of the different seasons. And of course, Laura Ingalls Wilder, as portrayed by Melissa Gilbert, grew up to be Anna Sheridan in Babylon 5. But yes, so it's basically about the family moving from Wisconsin to the West in what is now Oklahoma, but at the time was called Indian Territory. So it's about them travelling on the wagon through the countryside, the wild countryside, trying to cross the river before the ice thaws across the river and they won't be able to travel, but they just make it by about a day. And they find the spot that they want to set up in. So it's all about the dad is building the house, the shack they have, and a shed, and them planting the stuff, and the relations they have with their neighbours. I can't remember his name, but in the TV show, the big guy with a beard. I want to say Burlives, but it wasn't him. But it's just wonderful. Well, it has problems as well, which I will get to. These memories that she's writing about, I think this is a recent edition, but I believe it's written in the 20s or so that's about 100 years old, and it's referencing stuff that happened in the late 1860s, 1870s. So near to where they are is what they call an Indian encampment, but obviously that is the Native Americans. And I didn't realize the mother, Caroline, who in the TV show, she's a lovely woman, she's a great mother, she absolutely hates them with a passion. And there are some pretty nasty racial stereotypes of the Native Americans in here, but other than that, it's great. But I remember from my childhood and rereading the sequence about Christmas that they celebrate on the prairie, and how the neighbour brings their presents, he crosses the frozen stream and all that sort of stuff, because Santa couldn't quite make it, so he agreed to help Santa deliver the presents to the girls. And I remember that the mother had baked them special cookies with white flour, which they didn't have much of. They used to just use brown flour and with sugar and stuff, and she nibbles it and it's all white inside, and they get like a shiny copper penny and like an orange, and like the dad's Pa Ingalls, Charles, had whittled them wooden toys, and it was like the best Christmas ever, you know. It was like a simpler time. But there's also like a prairie fire that sweeps across the whole plains, and how they have to try and like create a fire break so they don't get caught up in it, and so it skirts the house and all that. It's just fantastic. Absolutely loved it. It's like I said, other than those unfortunate aspects, which unfortunately were period appropriate, it's a really sweet book. And I know that she wrote loads and loads and loads, because the TV show goes on for many, many seasons. And I think most of those reference her writings as well. But the TV show is very different from the book, because in this they actually have to leave the Indian Territory because they're not supposed to be settled there. I think they're just the wrong side of the border, so they have to move, and that's how it ends, with them packing up, leaving the house and the garden that they've planted with all the vegetables, and going off to pastures new. So yeah, it was just wonderful to go back into those childhood memories again. So yes, Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder, an absolute classic of literature. And I got this for like £1 from a charity shop. Well worth it. And it's been like my bedtime reading, because there's not, you can see the text is quite large and it's evenly spaced and all that sort of stuff. So it's not difficult to read. But yeah, a very nice book other than those other aspects. And if I stumble across more of her stuff, I will probably read that as well, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I probably enjoyed the TV show much more as an adult than I did as a kid 40 years ago. But yes, there you go, guys. Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for a topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.